Hello, everyone. This is the Bayou City Soccer podcast. I think off the bat, I'm not Rudy here, but it's Manny here, just trying to start something new here in the Bayou City Soccer podcast wise. This is something that we're trying to reach out mostly for the Dash fans. Coming up, season is about to start in 2 weeks, but we know that it's a lot of momentum coming up. New season, new coach, new everyone, and we always want to introduce it. So this is going to be the Dash, mostly focused on Dash, and it's going to be called the Orange and Blueprints podcast. So it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be lots of fun, but we're hoping to bring the same hype and every as we always do in our main podcast. So I'm not alone here. I also have someone that is going to be here with me as well. And so we have Diego right here on the sides as well.
What's up, guys? Happy to be talking some Houston Dash here, similar to Yaz, coming from New York to talk some H Town. I'll also be here. Super excited to have Manny along with me. He got a recent feature by the Houston Dynamo on Instagram. Hopefully, we can get him that for the Dash. But nevertheless, I'm really happy to see him here, and hopefully all of you guys tuning in.
Yeah, so everything's coming up. I think once March hits, everything just rolls up. I think it's a little bit hard right now, preseason. How MLS says preseason is hard. Was this, was that, but I think it's good to see just how the team is building up. So basically, the almost like what we're going to talk about right now is just how the roster is looking. Diego, what's your first thoughts on the rosters coming that we have with the Dash?
I mean, I thought this was kind of something that we desperately needed to do. We needed to have a vision when it comes to building this roster. I think in seasons past, we picked up one or two players per window and kind of like called that a transfer window, but there was no real direction. I remember when we signed Diana and we brought her to Houston, and I think yes, she's a wonderful, talented player, but I felt like there was, something missing. There wasn't really that much support for her to get goals like she did previously for North Carolina. And now we're kind of seeing that vision to, get her and some of the players that already are on the roster, like Diana, like Avery, who normally tries to push up into the attacking third, get them service, but also give more options for the dash to really be more lethal. I mean, I mentioned Yasmin, or like in the introduction of this podcast, she is one of the most lethal attackers in the NWSL, and I will die on a hill when I say that. I think she was criminally underrated in a very very strong Gotham FC side. And I think that's one of the better signings that you can make.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think also as well, we haven't seen Ryan in our preseason in topic right
Mhm.
now because it's they're on right now. She's on the U.S. Women's roster for the She Believes Cup. So that shows you she's on the
Yeah.
national team. Well,
No,
a
exactly.
team that's hard to get. You have Mallory Swanson, Trini Rodman, and of course you have Sophia Wilson, not Sophia Smith, Sophia Wilson. So it's so having a player that can instantly be in that, it just shows that okay, this team's going in a different direction.
Hmm.
I think the roster building that's going on right now is different. I think last season we're like, okay, we're gonna have Tarciani and we're gonna have this player and that player, but it's like no, we're thinking about the future of the club. If it's a
Hmm.
good thing to sell for someone like Tarciani, who was like, we thought we were gonna be here for quite a while, but no, it's
Hmm.
talk about the future, rebuild, and see that. And I think it's really good. I think it's a good start. It's a good try to restructure for a new coach and talk about new coach and everything. Fabrice, it's been I think brush fresh how you say air of I think you know the saying
Yeah, I think
air of
so.
fresh air,
A breath of fresh air.
fresh of fresh air. I was like something
There
like
we
that.
go.
Yeah, I was like, man, it's not be too technical,
No, yeah.
but which you I
I
think conversations with him. What do you think about him
mhm.
and what he's trying to implement in Houston?
I think the word that comes to mind is unproven. I think everybody can label him as inexperienced, as somebody who has not had like first first level head coaching jobs in the past. But I mean, we look at what other teams are doing in the NWSL, and that's not really going for established managers, but rather giving people shots that based on what they can bring to the table and what kind of mindset. I mean, one of the things that I really enjoyed out of Ricky Clark during his tenure as head coach is he was a people person. You could see that all throughout the season. Whether it worked out or not, the players got better. The players worked harder. And by the end of the season, you definitely saw a different team than the very beginning of it. Does that mean tactically I felt like they were the strongest team? No. But it's those kinds of characteristics that you really need out of somebody that can be labeled as unproven, as lacking experience. I think Fabrice certainly has it. I think from what I've heard, he's great with the players, great with the coaching staff, great with us as media members. I think he's somebody that I feel like will stay in Houston and will build a long term project, and that's something that has just simply been lacking in Houston.
Yeah, I believe so as well. I agree with everything you just mentioned about him. And I think, every time I listen to his conversation or listen to his media posts, it reminds me of Kenny Bundy. Just the way he,
Hmm.
he, he almost looks like Kenny Bundy as well.
My
You know, I,
favorite, my favorite coach in the world. I wish Kenny could be listening to this right now. I miss that man so much as Dynamo
uh,
2 head coach. And so I'm glad we have a look-alike for the
almost like, also like for like, because he gives his answers just like Kenny was. Like, let me break this down for you. Let me tell you this, how I feel, how
Mhm.
things go. And he does that. He does that. And I think you need that type of coach to be
We
with
do.
the players. I think we try to build culture. We try to build, from the ground up. We were last season. There's nothing, we were dead last. So we just try to build up from here. And so I think you need a coach that is relatable, try to, appeal to the players and to the fans, as well. I think
Mhm.
many fans, I think after last season, like, okay, where we're going now, and I think you need a coach like that. You need a coach for the fans, you need a coach for the players, and then I think you need a coach for the culture. So it's just something, that's going to be real interesting right now. But uh, it's hard to evaluate things at the moment. We haven't seen a lot. Just that one preseason game, and with San Diego two weeks ago. That was live on K My 20 on Houston, and everything else was just
Mhm.
on Twitter updates, Instagram videos of goals.
Mhm.
So it's kind of hard to see, okay, how is this system going to be, uh, implemented? But hopefully, within in the next 2 weeks, we could see. But but with this season in mind, 2 weeks coming up, 2025, for this club to be successful, what players need to step up, or what do you expect them at the minimum, Diego?
I think honestly, you bring up a good question because it's not just coaching; it's the players. The players have to step up. The players have to inevitably be the product on the field that brings fans and brings a winning culture in Houston. And I think honestly, the three players that come to mind, I think I've already talked about how
This-
Do you hear me, Manny?
All right, I think I lost Diego.
You lost Diego.
Yeah, I think I lost Diego. So I was just making sure it was it me or was it nah, but it's okay.
Let me remove
Nah,
him. Yeah, just finish
nah.
your thought, man. You're good.
No, it's. I think Diego was going to. I think one with Yasmin Ryan. I think that was his first point. But I think the three players, of course. I think, of course, not including Campbell, not including Ryan, who's just a new player here. I think the old players, of course, first is your striker, Deanna. You know, she was rookie season, rookie goal scorer. Rookie of the year, and after coming here, it fell off. You good, Diego? I lost you, bro.
don't know what happened there. Apologies for that one.
No, finish your thought. Finish your thought. I want to hear your thought
No,
before I go to my
okay.
list.
No, you're so fine. Where did I cut off? Just so I can
You,
know where I'm
you
talking about.
literally you just about to say the first player, and then you just
Oh,
left.
I completely left y'all on a cliffhanger, huh? I, I,
Yeah,
I was gonna say Yasmin. She needs to prove that she can be the best player on a team. I think um, she has the talent. She has the work ethic. She definitely, um, I mean, she has the personality to be a star player in this league. I think in Gotham, she was never given that opportunity because of how good that team was. I mean, you were surrounded by players like Williams, like Esther Gonzalez, like so many attacking threats that it was really difficult to stand out. And the very few places where she could, it was due to absences, injuries. So I think honestly, this is her chance to step up as one of the faces of the league, and I think she can do it.
yeah. I think I was mentioning it before you came back right now. I think for me it's Diana Ordonez. I think that's the
Oh, okay.
player for me.
Hmm.
I think because all the hype when we first got her, like
Hmm.
okay, came in out for rookie season, high scoring, broke the record of the rookie with the most score in her rookie year. I think you
Hmm.
thought after that year, okay, she's gonna be better. But it's been
Hmm.
like 2 goals, and then but then the other season was like 4 goals, and it's like, where is this goals are coming from? And this
Hmm.
team needs goals. Of course, uh, the 2 goal scorers, her success in, for instance, Ebony Salmon and also Rachel Daly. I think two key figures for the Dash that were excellent. Simon had that one good year, and that was good. But I think
Hmm.
hopefully Fabrice, knowing her from her rookie year, can bring that
Hmm.
out of her. Knowing how
Hmm.
she plays, knowing how she works. That would be hopefully something he can bring out in her, and mostly she can rekindle something that she lost, but hopefully something that she can get back on. That's something, hopefully for that. But of course, my other two nominations will be Michelle Alozi and also will be either between her or even I think it will be I'm thinking between uh Sarah Putigam. I think international player, but I think there'll be the other two people like okay, they need to
Hmm.
step up just a little bit more to get this team. I think Michelle Lozi especially. I think she had one last like ended up 2 years ago, like the last part of the season she was just unplayable. But I
Hmm.
think after that, I think it was just need to get work better on. I think all the
Yeah.
players we mentioned,
Hmm.
they're all attacking players, all
Yeah.
attacking. But defensive wise, what do you think uh would be our defense per se, or starting defenders, since that our main piece Tarciani left? Who do you think who will need to step up, or will be our pairing center back partners?
I honestly can't give you an answer of who our center back pair is because of the fact that I mean it's just Tarsi leaving. I think I wouldn't be surprised if it's very similar to what it would be with her. I think defensively, who needs to step up? I wouldn't be surprised if I see a big jump by Avery. Avery as a fullback, if she gets dropped down, kind of limited offensively, and is forced to kind of play like a more defensively oriented fullback role, I feel like she was excellent throughout the entire season. I felt like that she was one of the brightest spots in this Dash team that really didn't have much going for them. I Before I got kicked off because of the internet, I was going to list her as another player that I felt like in order for the Dash to have a successful season, she needs to really become that elite player that I feel like she can be. I think throughout my list of players that I'm really looking at, it's not players that necessarily were bad. It's players that can be elite. I feel like it's more of the question of who can really step up into what they can become instead of like, can they prove me wrong? I feel like players like Michelle, players like Diana, players like Avery, they've shown that they have succeeded in this league. That's not a doubt. The doubt is whether they can do it together with this Dash team. I think you make an amazing point about Fabrice knowing Diana from NC, and I think Avery having some ACC connections with Maggie Graham. I don't know where Maggie will play. I
Mhm.
hope she gets a lot of playing time. I really like her from her time at Duke. I think
Mhm.
she's going to be an exceptional player. Personally, I would like to maybe see if she can use a little bit of her physicality to be used as a defensive midfielder to maybe help that back line, especially when it's so shaky. Um, Again, season hasn't started, so there's a very small chance we can sign a center back or pick somebody up from the transfer window. But assuming it won't happen, I would also like to see Nat Jacobs. I would also like to see her take a little bit more of a leadership role, and I think what she did with Tatsi was amazing work. I think you could see in her first game Darcy wasn't confident with the ball. She wasn't really like adjusted, and it wasn't until Nat was able to really work with her and really Nat being a great leader throughout the entire season. So I wouldn't even be surprised if we can utilize her more.
Yeah, I agree with you. Before I go to my list, I just want to invite people who are watching live on stream, either on Twitter or on YouTube, just to check out BioCitySoccer.net and
Mhm,
interact with the show. Comment. We still see everything, so it's nothing different from our regular show. Just we want to get that interaction going on right now. I think for my list for center back, it's really hard. Like you said, it's really hard to know.
mhm,
Even though Darseni, the main piece left, but it's just what formation he's going. Is he still going three in the back, four in the back, five in the back? It just we
mhm,
don't know how it goes. So it's like I think for me, Jacobs and Nilsson is for sure a lockdown.
yeah,
And it's just see how it goes from there. And I think for me, and of course Katie Lynn, technically still on maternity leave, but she's been playing all the preseason games. So it just depends on her fitness. And so I think for me, what I see that could be a problem, is fullbacks. You have
mhm,
Avery and Christian Westpool on one end, but after that, it's like there. Of course, you could put Michelle Losey there, but we'll see how it goes.
mhm,
Like you said, uh, it all depends on what they do in transfer window. Transfer window per se, it's coming to a close, real soon, starting next month.
mhm,
March 24th, the transfer window closes, but March 12th, which is interesting, right before the first game starts, that's when the roster compliance, getting rid
mhm,
of who is actually joining the team, who's getting waived, that should
mhm,
shape up the team. So hopefully we see, some structure there. But at the end of the day, we're just speculating. Me and Diego are just like
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
see
We're
what's
just
going on. It's like
yeah.
it's like we're just having our imaginary
Mhm,
football match and see, okay, where does the pieces go? But
mhm,
but one thing we're for sure we can't imagine is the New Jersey coming tomorrow.
yeah.
So I know we have a leak on it, and tomorrow for sure,
Mhm.
hopefully it looks better in person than the leak. But overall thoughts, what do you think of the jersey tomorrow?
I think it's really nice that we're finally getting a dark dash jersey. I think it being like dark, just like if I remember correctly, the Bayou City kit from the Dynamo. I absolutely loved that jersey. I think it was one of the best we've ever come up with for both the Dynamo and Dash. But this is a Dash show, and to be able to see any semblance of that in a Dash form, I couldn't be happier. I took a vague look at the leak from somebody sending it to me and being like, "Is this real?" But me being just a normal person, not like the insider that is Tom Bogert, I had to tell them I don't know everything. um, but I'm excited. I'm happy. I think the Dash have had some pretty nice jerseys, and I don't see this stopping now.
No, I think this if the leaks. and it kind of confirmed with the promotion that it's gonna be that color. It's gonna be that poppy. It's gonna be that black with purple with stars all over it. So it's gonna be. I think I think if I had to bet on it, I think it would be the best selling Dash jersey. I think because everyone's will get it.
Yeah, I
You think that'd be a stretch?
I agree. I don't think it'll be a stretch. I think this is also one of the most like I don't like throwing the word stylish around because like for example, this is like a pre-match top that I wear.
Yeah,
I love it. It's so nice. It's so easy to put on with an outfit. But like a darker color is just easier to style
yeah,
with like normal clothes.
yeah,
And like this is kind of like a downside of like being burnt or bright orange. It's
yeah.
kind of hard to wear outside without sticking out like a sore thumb.
Hmm.
So I think for people that have wanted like a Dash jersey that they can wear day in and day out, this will be perfect for them.
Yeah, exactly. And we have the leaked version of it,
Hmm.
but but I kind of like the jock tag with the H, of,
Yeah,
but it's pretty nice. So I for sure I like it a lot. So
no, for sure.
it's fabulous. I think the second jersey that I think that will come underneath it was the Love You Blue jersey. I think that was
Yeah,
stylish.
yeah.
That was, I think that one was like, okay. I think that one was really hard to beat,
Hmm.
and it's like I don't have one, though I have another large, but it's like it fits me too tight. So I was like trying to lose
Hmm.
weight to get back to it, but
No, you
it's
got
so,
this. You got this, bro. You got
I
this.
got this, but it's like, but this jersey just looks, I think, off the bat, and even some people like there are
Hmm.
strict Dynamo fans are like, I want this jersey. This actually looks
Yeah,
nice. So it's like, so it is like trans, the actual Dash jersey is
yeah,
actually trans, like just going through barriers now. I think that's a good step forward. So even Rudy,
yeah,
who he
yeah.
like he
Rudy
doesn't.
wants that jersey
I
too.
know Rudy's like I might not get a Jazz jersey ever, and he's like, what, I actually, like, he saw the league, like put my name on it there.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's
I
gonna be
think
good.
it's a good
Go ahead.
one. I think this is exactly what we want to see from like the marketing of the Dash at least. It's let's just assume that like I don't know, 40% of all soccer fans in Houston are Dynamo fans. I can probably confidently say that like 15 or 20% of them are also Dash fans. It would be so easy for, like you said, get the Dynamo fans that aren't really Dash fans to start getting introduced to the team, even if it's through small things like jerseys, through like players. Like the way that I got introduced to the Dash was because of the signing of Diana Ordonez. Like if any team in Houston signs a big time Mexican striker, I'm going to pay attention to it. So it's like
Hmm.
those little things I feel like are really kind of what is going to bridge the gap between the two clubs. And I know
Hmm.
there were talks of like the team being sold and whatnot, but that's a whole nother conversation. But I'm just really happy that this can just be a Dash W with
Hmm.
no buts. It's just a good thing for the Dash. And I
Yeah.
think we've seen those happen more often than just things to like complain about.
Hey man, it's like I hear, man, Notorious Nemo's like, but a lot of
A
people don't
lot of
want to
Euro
show
stuff.
fears. And I'm like, hey, you're true, you're true.
You're
But
right.
hey, you're right. But a lot of people do wear jerseys. A lot of
Yeah.
people will get a jersey that looks nice. Like I'm not. What was it? Norway, when they first got
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
what was it? The away jersey that was like blue, like almost like
Like
ice.
the water one.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
waterworks. Yeah, it's like I'm not a Norway fan, but I wanted
Yeah.
that jersey. I wanted that jersey because it would
Mhm.
look good. So it's same thing,
Yeah.
if a jersey looks good, no matter what team will fight, you might get it because it grabs your
Mhm.
attention. So even though
No,
it's
100%.
sadly, Houston, it is a diverse, soccer city. A lot of people are interested in La Liga, the Premier League, or Serie A, or even just
Mhm.
or Liga MX, just strictly that.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes to styling jerseys, people will get it. People will change, turn heads. So hopefully that's
100%.
the point. But so we have that, of course. tomorrow there will be two, Sam and Davies and Platt, with at post, and then you also got us. Believe Neil's. I think Neil's bar. I can't remember the second one that they're gonna have the jersey reveal. So if you want to pick it up tomorrow, if you like the promotion, yeah,
You
side
guys totally
piece
should.
sports bar, side piece sports bar. So that'll be the where the second event is happening, and it's starting from 5 to almost to 9 p.m. tomorrow. So pick up your jersey if you like how the promotion is, or even I think the store is open. Team store opens tomorrow and Friday as well. So it's up to you guys. Where you want to get it, so, but I think that's pretty much what we have for today's. Of course, if you're watching the U.S. women's national team, Jane
We've
Campbell
got
and
two
Sarah Ryan,
starters.
they're playing right now. So
We've got
that's
two
if you
starters.
so hopefully you watch that. But hopefully next week we could come back with more Dash news. I think hopefully as the season gets closer and closer and closer, we might see changes to the roster or changes to something else, or even just your initial thoughts on the jersey. Hey, but next time me and Diego might wear the jersey next show.
Hey,
Yeah.
all I'm
Hey,
saying, if I'm able to pick it up from New York City, first off, Dash, please, like, I just gotta shoot my shot and be like, please. But if not, if I can pick it up from New York City, that would be genuinely the greatest thing ever.
I mean, if you do, I mean, then you know that the Dash is going is going
Yeah,
places. It's going
no, for
places.
sure. For sure.
So so we want to let you know, always our Twitter, our social media stuff is still Bayou City Soccer. Also, you can visit our website biocitysoccer.net. So we want everyone to come back. Hopefully, we can do this every Wednesday. So weekly, just to give you an update on
Yeah.
Dash. I know it's pretty slow right now with preseason and everything, but for sure next week we could talk about any roster changes coming up, the jersey. We might even review it. It's up to you guys, but we'll hopefully everything. But thank you for all for tuning in. We're excited for this. We're really hoping this will
Yeah.
get up us not just only get excited for the season, but also for this long roller coaster ahead. So thank you, and also thank you for everyone, and hold it down.
Yeah, thank you guys. I think it's dope. I think I'm grateful to be here as well. For those who don't know me, I'm still a college student who is currently doing social media for a women's soccer program here in New York. So, I mean, getting an opportunity to talk women's soccer, I will never turn down. So, I'm excited for you guys to keep listening to what we got, and I'm excited for the season to start.
Yeah, you said it. So thanks everyone. We'll see you next week.